Hi and welcome. My name's Wayne. I'm glad you're here. And today we got a lot to talk about. Hopefully you got to watch episode 1 and you have an understanding of what my channel is about. And if you haven't had a chance to see it yet, this happens to be the first video of mine you've seen, then let me just give you a recap of yesterday's video of episode 1. We have two realities that exist. Here, let me just pour my coffee and we'll sit down and talk. And if you want to grab yourself a coffee, please do. All right, let's go do that. All right, let the camera focus in. Thank you very much. Okay. Cheers. So there are two realities that exist. There's the official reality that we believe in, that we operate our every day in, and then there is the true reality that has been kept hidden from us. In fact, because this true reality has been kept hidden from us, it has robbed most of us of our power, a gift that we were all born with that allows us to create any extraordinary experience we want to create, any life that we want to live. Have you ever, looked around and seen people that have a better life than what you have and more things than you have, nicer cars, make more money, better careers? Well, you can have all of that too. And it's not going to require you to go get a new education or work hard or any of that kind of stuff. It's a gift that you have been given. And I'm going to explain that gift to you, but I need to set the foundation first. And so we're going to talk about this true reality more so than we are about the official reality, although there'll be some crossovers here. So in episode 1, I talked about the nature of reality. Excuse me. Is three components. We live in a reality of reflective light. What's reflecting the light is mostly empty space, and we perceive it all through our imagination. And if you have a hard time understanding that, go back to episode 1 and watch it again. But a lot of people got hung up on the fact that what's reflecting the light is mostly empty space. All of the stuff that we see is made of atoms. Science tells us that everything is made of atoms. You, me, the camera I'm looking at, the furniture I'm sitting on, the walls, everything is made of atoms. And atoms are mostly empty space. But how, if they are mostly empty space, can they have a solid feel? How can this cup contain coffee and not just have the coffee pass through it? If it's mostly empty space, if the coffee's mostly empty space, if everything is mostly empty space, then how does that work? So in today's video, I'm going to explain to you how that works. Now, we're in a field of electromagnetic, an infinite field of electromagnetic energy, the entire universe. Atoms are throughout the entire universe, and they reflect light. And remember, light's only a narrow spectrum of the entire spectrum of electromagnetic energy. We can only see that little sliver of it, and we can only see a sliver of it when it reflects off something, and that something is atoms, right? Because everything's made of atoms. This cup's made of atoms. I'm made of atoms. You are. So let's look at this cup, for instance. This cup is reflecting red light. Now, how does it do that? Well, let me go back over to my phone here, and let's just look it up. I don't want to be, guessing or theorizing any of this. I want to base this on simple facts you already know and understand, but we're going to look at it from a different perspective using some lateral thinking. So, for instance, we Google, why do objects have colors? The second line there, I've already done this once before, so I know what I'm going to see here. But objects appear with different colors because they interact with light in specific ways, absorbing some wavelengths, colors, and reflecting others, or transmitting them. If we scroll down a little bit, you can continue on. When light hits an object, the object reflects some of that light and absorbs the rest of it. Some objects reflect more of a certain wavelength than other light. And that's why we see certain colors. So let's come back to me for a second and this cup. If I was outside and in the direct sunlight, I certainly could not look directly at the sun without damaging my eyes. However, I can look directly at this cup without damaging my eyes. The cup gets the same exposure directly from the sun as my eyes would if I looked directly at the sun. So obviously, the cup is absorbing a significant portion of the amount of light that's striking it, and reflecting only a small percentage of that light, and that particular percentage is what creates the color red. So that means that all that empty space of an atom is absorbing light. In fact, it's absorbing electromagnetic energy. We have atoms in the atmosphere that absorb gamma rays that protect life on this planet so that life can flourish. So atoms absorb electromagnetic energy. And we know that to be a fact because if we destroy an atom, we release all that energy and we blow up cities. So we know that atoms contain an enormous amount of energy, and they get that energy by absorbing the electromagnetic energy that comes into contact with them. So that's what that empty space is filled with. Now, that means that the atoms of my body, this avatar, is filled with electromagnetic energy, but it's operating at a different vibration or frequency, measured in frequencies, but a different vibration than the electromagnetic energy of this cup. And that's why they feel solid to us. That's why two objects have no way of passing through each other, because they're both filled with electromagnetic energy, but they are vibrating at different frequencies, and that's what gives us this physical reality. So, atoms give structure to this electromagnetic energy field. So you have an infinite field of electromagnetic energy, and that energy has structure through the use of atoms. So we only have electromagnetic energy. That's everything, is electromagnetic energy. Now, with that in mind, where does intelligence fit into this? Where does consciousness fit into this? Well, if there's only electromagnetic energy, then obviously the consciousness or the intelligence is in the energy. It has to be. And we are the manifestation of that intelligence in form. But that's getting ahead of myself. Let's go back here for a second. And I just want to hit on a certain point, and then we'll call it a day on this particular video. Just give you something to chew on for the next night, next couple of days. Imagine this world without people. This magnificent, beautiful Mother Earth in all its beauty and glory, right from the deepest depths of the ocean to the highest peaks of all the mountains. There is just beauty everywhere. It's magnificent. It's awe-inspiring, actually, everywhere you look. And it is a endless feedback and control mechanism. It's self-sustaining with no waste. This is a beautiful regeneration process that just keeps making more and more beauty. And when things do change, like earthquakes and you know, asteroids hitting the planet and upsetting that harmony, it takes a while, but it gets back to harmony again. So the nature of this electromagnetic energy is to maintain harmony. And a beautiful harmony, not an ugly harmony. So it has intention to do that. Well, this is pretty, mind-bending stuff. But that's just a symptom of the official reality that we have been programmed into believing. So now we're going to destroy that programming and reprogram our minds for the true reality so that we can actually live our fulfilled destinies, and whatever that is. And you have the choice. Your destiny is different from mine. I've always been fascinated by the fact that we all live on the same planet, but we each live in different worlds. Well, that's because we all have different perspectives of this official reality. Once we get onto that true reality, then you choose what destiny you want. And away you go. You're on your way. So let's bring people back into this now. Okay, we got this beautiful, harmonious universe that works on its own, recycling and regenerating without waste. And then we put people back into this picture. We don't fit in. Everything else works in harmony. All of this universe works in harmony, but we don't fit into that. We're not natural in this harmonious loop. So there's only one conclusion from that. This infinite intelligence that created this beautiful magnificence, and one other point before I carry on, you got to know that there's an infinite intelligence in the energy, because science tells us that this all was created by the Big Bang, a massive explosion that exploded into this universe. And are you telling me that by chance, from that massive explosion, every atom fell into its perfect spot to create such a wonderful, harmonious, magnificent reality? You got to be a fool to think that. Of course, there had to have been an intelligent design, an intelligence behind it, in order to be able to do this. And to what purpose? Well, we are unique. We are the only life form that we know of, and there may be others elsewhere, and that's fine if there is. It doesn't interfere with this true reality that I'm revealing to you. But there is no other life form that we know of that can decide to build an office tower, build rockets and go to the moon, study atoms at an atomic level, do surgery, brain surgery, like nothing. Not even the closest relatives to our level of intelligence, whether it be chimpanzees or dolphins or elephant or any of them, they don't even have a chance at trying to contemplate how to drive a car, let alone how to build one. It just doesn't happen. So we are unique in this reality. And knowing that it is designed by an infinite intelligence, had to be, and I want to say I'm not a religious person, okay? I am a spirit having human experiences, just like we all are. I don't really have a lot of faith in the institution of religions, because I think they just absconded the word of God in order to maintain power over the masses. It's a control thing. But it does serve its purpose, because there's a lot of sheeple people out there that need to have that institution to have some glimmer of hope and faith. And if you're one of them, then this may help give you some some confidence to really take hold and control of your own destiny by revealing the fact that you are a spirit, a divine, wonderful entity that occupies these avatars, these bodies, right? So we get back to our purpose being here. Well, obviously, this magnificent beauty creation that infinite intelligence has put in place for us, in all its gorgeousness, is with intention. It intended to build a beautiful universe for us. So its intention for us is to be able to expand upon that beauty and create our own experience and our own beautiful, magnificent, unique experiences from it. How, though, is the question, and how that the whole thing works is what we will delve into, so that you can start manifesting your own extraordinary life. Now, there are lots of people that have already discovered their gift. They may not know how it works as I'm explaining it to you, as you're about to learn, but I needed to know how it works, because I didn't believe in the thoughts are things, and how you just have to believe that you're going to make it and you'll make it. I just couldn't accept that it was that simple. I had to understand why. And so I'm revealing to you what I have learned, in order to give you the confidence, like I have, that yeah, it's true. This is a magnificent, if you were to put it in a nutshell, I would say that this reality that has been created by an infinite intelligence for our spirits to have a human experience, is like going to Disneyland. And we can have experiences. We can ride the Tower of Terror all our lives, or we can ride a roller coaster all our lives, or we can reside in the Magic Kingdom all our lives. It's an experience. We're here to have an experience, and we get to choose what experience we have. We do not have to accept the experiences that we're getting. I'm going to show you that you're actually creating the experiences you're getting, and that's what we're going to delve into. So that's it for now. I just wanted to, make sure that I covered off that, atoms are empty space thing, and people are like, that's impossible. Well, now we know why. Let me finish it off with this. You're a vibrating creature. We are all vibrating creatures, even though we don't feel it. because we're vibrating creatures in a vibrating field of energy, electromagnetic energy. So it's all neutral as far as we're concerned for our normal day-to-day operation. But make no mistake, we are vibrating. And you know it's true because when you ever get to the extremes of vibration, you know it. So have you ever had, an extreme great amount of news, like, you won a lottery, you won millions of dollars, or some extremely bad news, you lost your significant other. You're shaken, and you're visibly shaken. People can see you shaking, you're shaking, you know it. That is when your energy field is vibrating out of control. So that's proof that you are vibrating. You are a vibrating creature. We are vibrating masses of energy. And most of the time, we're just in a very low vibration, and that low vibration is our signature. And so we're going to delve into that a lot more next, but that's it for now. I hope that it gave you something to think about, and if you haven't watched episode 1, please